Greetings, wonderful people. Dear IIU is present today with us. Today, on 14th February, we will celebrate together with IIU love. Today is about love, but not as if the rest of the days were about her absence. But today is about what you feel, wherever you are, when you are calm, beautiful, spirituality balanced, when you do not want to wear mask, and when you are not afraid to be yourself. Today, there is no peak of feelings in the lives of those who love each other, nor is there lucid and any attitude different from other days. Love exists without any Valentine's Day, but it's February, and more than ever, we remember about love. It should always be around us, in our deeds, in our gesture. Love is simple. Sometimes the stolen kiss, sometimes it's a unique look, sometimes it's a word or a silence, eye to eye. Other time, the gaze that makes you feel precious. Sometimes it's a dance, a song. Other times, the passions with which you are understood. So many times is the road of retrieval, the longing that grinds you down. The story of the day of love dates back to the distant time and oscillated between letters, declaration of love, and marriage requests. Love is the most powerful and beautiful feeling that we can have. It is a blessing to feel love. Now, we have a surprise for you. We have a special person, an artist today. Dr. Nidhi Bansal is a bilingual poet and a published author, is also an editor to various literary magazines. She loves power yoga with all passion and compassion. Having done modeling since and given voice over on air, an avid marathon runner and been on various literary platforms for poetic rendition. She is the recipient of various award and national records on poetic front. She takes pride in announcing the launch of her books, Shade of Emotion and Esa Kejaro, and As I, her recent publication. Superb. As I. Let Orra Talkis Nidhi, let us adventure in which she is candid conversation with professionals talking about their passion in life from her YouTube channel, Orja Nidhi. And she do great this. I am your fan, dear Nidhi. Welcome.
Thank you so much, dear Edmina, for this generous introduction. And it is always such a pleasure to listen to you, to see that bright, beautiful, radiant smile on your face. It just lifts up my day. Wonderful.
Thank you. Nidhi, you can delight us with your poetry. You can tell us some words about love.
Okay, for me, love is being, first of all, let's talk about, since today is Valentine's Day, and we all talk about our love, muse and the people that we are in love with. But most importantly, what I believe is that one should be in self-love. Because when you love yourself, you take pride in what you do. Only then you can love anyone else. Because you should be, in complete contentment of yourself. And that is where you can spread happiness and love all over. So my idea of love is being totally true and honest and transparent in whatever you do. I mean, that is where, those flowers of love and fragrance bloom. And love for me is like divine, which comes from, you can say, connections, which, the poetry of the heart. This is something which blooms within. And when you are in love, everything seems so beautiful. You feel it within. And that is what love is all about. And it matters so much to each one of us.
Perfectly said. Nidhi, do you believe in soulmates? Do you believe in soul connection?
Okay, I do believe in soul connections, but not soulmates. Why I tell you? Because when you put someone into a pedestal of being a soulmate, so you give them that divine qualities, and then sometimes the other person also just being a human, tends to err also. And then what happens is, and then you feel that soulmate qualities being deferred, and then you don't feel that connection, and which is not something really good. Let us all just be human, and let us just all enjoy each other with a solid connection, with a solid bond, a relationship based on trust and honesty. So let not be, soulmates. Let's just be very good friends. That is what matters. And of course, soul connection. Like I have a soul connection with you. The instant we met for the very first time, we felt that connection, and that is important. And it can be just with anyone, not only a spouse, a children, maybe a stranger. Sometimes I can relate an incident with you. We just gone out for a vacation, a small vacation, and we stopped in a restaurant to have something. So I felt this lady sitting right in front of me, and I had that urge to, just go and hug her for no reason at all. And because that urge was so strong when we were leaving, I had to go and tell her that I don't know why I'm feeling this urge from within, that I'm getting this very strong feeling to just hug you. And we instantly hugged, and it was so divine, and it was so, full of peace. Actually, I must say peace is the right word here. So that is soul connection. And we've never met again. We never met again, and I don't even know we would ever meet again. But then the connection was like ultimate, intimate, and that was wow. A very wow feeling, I must say.
Humble
So
to hear that.
go
Humble
for
to
that.
hear that, and it's a big reciprocity here from my
Yes.
side. Same,
Yes.
same. This is connection of soul. Yes,
Of course.
we can hug from distance because today is Valentine's Day, the day of hugs and of love. My
Absolutely.
dear Nidhi, do you have a favorite poem that from the
Of
poem that
course.
you write?
Now poetry are my favorite, and definitely I'm all set up to read a few of my pieces, which I personally like so much.
Please, I am so curious. I know your poetry and I love them, but I'm so curious and to hear you first time in IIU,
Yes.
and not for the last time. IIU platform.
To be on the platform of IU with so many people from all walks of life, from all countries globally. I mean, they would be listening to my poetry. This is so an overwhelming moment for me. And all those in love, I dedicate this poetry to all those in love and will fall in love and who have already been, so much into it. So this one's for you guys.
You
I
are
never,
amazing.
thank you. I never wished for the skies, never craved for them. I rather die in oblivion, never wished for any kind of fame. I wish only to see myself in your smiles, a passing thought as the day goes by, in your faint but beautiful memory, in the flutter of your eyelashes, in the laugh lines around your eyes, in the cute yawn that you take, in those stray dark whips of your face, in the sunshine playing truant with your hair, in the raindrops that glorify in your touch. You may forget me, my name. I love you. You are the claim to my fame. I dedicate this to all those lovely people in love. Thank you so much.
Superb, Nidhi, superb, 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 superb. It's delightful. So
Thank you.
sensible, so sensible.
Thank you so much.
You are a romantic poet, but also with realistic elements. I have right. You know that I love also poetry.
Yes, of course. And of course, there is a, touch of reality and poetry, everything, because when you are into writing poetry, there are so many incidents that touch you in so many ways. And, that is what then comes out in words. And then you express yourself in words and deeds. And that is what poetry is all about. That is all, being human is all about.
Yes. And because we talk about poetry, about literature, Victor Hugo considered that love is part of the human soul, that is like a fire that feel burning to the marrow of the bones and shine to the stars. And Shakespeare dedicated some of his works to love, the best known being Romeo and Juliet, in which the protagonists are transformed into the symbol of teenage love that ends with the ultimate sacrifice, because their love could not be continuing. With love, we open hearts. Nidhi, with your poetry, you open hearts today, souls, and also doors. I am sure about that. Let's continue with another poetry, my dear.
Okay, since Ermina, I have such a beautiful soul right in front of me, and I'm happy to be sharing screen space with you. I dedicate this poem to you, and I hope you can relate to it. On that winsome
We love
pretty
you.
I love you too. On that winsome pretty face of yours, with almost vocal eyes, trying faintly to conceal that latent passion, an unexplored magnetism, you stealthily take my heart away. I allow you to take possession willingly, scriptured in your divinity. You brought new dimensions to our oneness, intensified in the feelings blossoming. I seek you in supreme devotion, dedicating my thoughts on the altar of love. All for you, sweetheart.
All my love for you. You are splendid. No words. No words. Hats off.
I would now like to ask you something. Like we've been talking about love and so much poetry and everything. What is your idea of love, Edmina? If you could just have it.
Ooh, you catch me. Always I say that love is a temple. I believe so much in spirituality, in the part of spirituality of love. For me, love is a temple, is something pure, is purity. Love is the foundation of our being. Our soul is the house of divinity. And for me, love means one soul inhabiting in two bodies. The love doesn't ask you, it's not predictable. You don't know when she comes. It settles in your soul and she not go. It's important to listen to the sound of love, to have the courage to listen to your heart. Love has no name, has no fortune, have no borders. Love is simple. When only a smile makes you happy, or just at a glance, a look, you understand with a look, you understand the whole universe. You are happy, and I think love by divinity. And I think that, Nidhi, when you will feel this for a person, like say Gabriel Garcia Marquez, maybe for the world, I love these words. Maybe to the world you are just one person, but to one person you are the whole world. I think you're the most blessed person of the world.
That's so beautifully put up in words. I mean, I'm like all for you, all my love for you. Today, I dedicate everything like this. This little part of Valentine's is now dedicated to you. I would now like to read out another piece of mine, which I personally like. You offended the etiquette. You offended the etiquette of leaving me alone. I squirmed on the outside, yet relieved within. I squirmed on the outside, but yet relieved within, as you fluid in your understanding, reading my wordless thoughts, no comments, no judgments. You let me pour it all. An occasional hug as you wrap your pinky finger in a bond fragile yet intense. I let go of all the insecurities, those fears now obscure. You cleared my slate to a brand new state, to sculpture a new tomorrow. Thank you so much.
God, more than beautiful, more than beautiful. You have such a sensible soul.
Thank you so much, dear. I mean, coming from you means so much to me.
Is our connection. Nidhi.
True that, true that.
And build a strong relationship. We talk about relationship. We talk about marriage. How we can build a strong relationship, a strong marriage. What is your opinion?
See, for making a relationship strong, whichever relationship you are into, one needs to be transparent, honest, and a whole lot of trust, sprinkled with trust and love. Understanding is always there. But one needs to be honest, and that is the most important key of any relationship. I mean, if you're not honest, you are not into it. You are just, making fun of that relationship, what I believe is. So it's important to be yourself, if you are into it, be wholly into it, give your 100% to it. And then, love works wonders. And that is just so important to have a strong relationship. These are the things I believe very strongly. Even if you have maybe, you don't interact every day. Maybe you are not into connection every day, but you have that silent bond between the two of you. You respect each other's space. You need to give each other space. And that is what also, these are little things that actually make a relationship more strong. I mean, you don't have to be together all the time. Maybe you are just spaced out, but for good. I mean, these spaces are also important in your life. And then, of course, respect for each other's, take pride in whatever you're doing and respect each other. Because if there is no respect, you might claim, I love you, and we are together, but you have no respect for the other person. It doesn't make sense at all. And so I believe honesty, trust, transparency, space, respect, everything goes into building a strong relationship.
Great answer. And Nidhi, I want to ask you another thing, because you give me ideas. You have a strong marriage, a beautiful family, maybe this question, why do I love him? Why do I love her? You think we can give a strictly answer, I love him because, I love her because?
I love him because he is a great friend to me, because not only because he's a husband to me or my hubby, so he's not dominating in a way that he needs everything the way he wants. He gives me space. He gives me, the time and the liberty to be, to be in my elements. He respects my point of view as well. And that is what goes into building you as a person. And that is actually most important, because sometimes you are low in confidence or anything, but then you have someone who's standing there for you, standing, believing in you, that, okay, you have a low phase, I am there with you, and we can together do it. We can do, we can be together and just make it happen. So, I mean, this is what, makes me feel that I'm good with him. We are good with each other, right? We are good with each other, and definitely we can do wonders. And this is what makes us feel, close to each other.
Perfectly, yes. And is that feeling, many people say, oh, I have a perfect marriage, I have a perfect relationship, but they feel alone in this relationship.
I believe it is nothing called perfection.
Exactly.
You find perfections in those imperfections. No two people are perfect. I mean, no one is perfect, but we need to, ignore few of the flaws, like on both the sides. We need to ignore few things. We need to accept few things. And that is what makes us complete. That is what makes us, compatible. And that's how life goes on.
We are perfectly imperfect in our world, in our...
Totally.
Yes. Nidhi, please, a poetry.
A poetry, this comes straight from my book called Shades of Emotions, which has a lot of emotion stuff into it and takes my heart away. And after that, I'm going to ask you a question, and you need to, I'll give it, that's a surprise for you.
Okay.
Yes, of course. I failed to see the world outside. Now that you were talking about relationship, I failed to see the world outside as my eyes bask in your radiance. My mind holds memories no more, as my thoughts are all about you. My hands tremble in excitement. My hands tremble in excitement. I feel the firmness of your touch. I feel lost for words. Yours is a name I chant. My heart skips a beat every now and then when I see you looking at me lovingly. I will never be short of breath as I feel you giving me life each second. That's all for love.
Superb. You have a beautiful mind, a beautiful soul, and you are a beautiful woman. Great.
So it's all because of your company. All this poetry is coming out. Like I'm relating to all of this beautiful stuff because of a beautiful soul sitting right in front of me.
We complete each other. Remember, yes, remember when we was moderators, was such a connection.
Connection, absolutely.
Exactly. Nothing
Yes.
planned, just connection.
Ermina, so now if you were to dedicate a song to someone, what would that song be? I wouldn't ask the name of the person, but what would that song be?
A song, let me see, I'm not so good on this. I like Shania Twain.
Wow, wonderful. Yes. So
Yes.
if you could hum a few lines from one of her creations.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh, you surprised me now. I didn't think. Te iubesc e adevărat, te iubesc e adevărat, ești al meu, nu e păcat, te
Wow.
iubesc e adevărat.
How sweet is that? Wonderful.
You catch me with this.
So you thought it was your show, right? Yes.
Oh my God, you catch me. You
Yeah.
catch me. Always you catch me.
Yes, of course. So that's so sweet of you. You know, like this is like this, little surprises.
Yes. Yes. You think that we are preparing this life to receive in a moment someone who loves us.
Absolutely.
You think that we feel this?
Of course, we need to, prepare ourselves for a moment. We need to prepare our lives for something beautiful to happen. And when you start imagining beautiful things, think about it, and things you start manifesting them as well. So that is what I actually, each night I pray to God. I mean, of course, we thank him for whatever he's given us, and we also complain sometimes. We also, plead for things, But of late, I've been starting, talking to him as a friend, because everyone here is like pleading or sending prayers and everything. Somewhere I feel that I need to make him my friend. So I talk to him like a friend, that, okay, God, okay, today I did this, we did this, I did this wrong, right? Everything. I tell him everything like a friend. You open up, you pour your heart to a friend, a best friend rather. So I do that to him, and I always tell him that, okay, I let's do something new. So next morning I find something new is happening, something great is putting up a challenge to me or something. Let's do this, Nidhi. So I feel you need to prepare yourself mentally. You need to be happy within to face a challenge, and you should be accepting life as it comes. So that is what makes it beautiful, and life is a garden of roses.
Yes.
Let's do away with all the thorns today. We're not going to talk about any thorns or anything. So let's make life a garden of roses.
You think that you believe in love distance in online? Many people say, "Oh, I'm falling in love from a person from Facebook, from I don't know LinkedIn or some other platforms."
Okay, see, people do get carried away because offline, I mean, I don't know, I couldn't resonate to it at all.
And
But
have
of
been
course,
surprised.
people do find connections, do find a bond building. Let's not call it love. Maybe it's this friendship which is brewing, and which is a very good thing. Sometimes you find people on social media, of course, and you get connected to them because there are things they might resonate with you, resonate with your personality, things you like about the other person. Let's take it in a positive sense, and I think that is good enough. But
Yes.
falling in love needs so much more than just being chatting or something like that. So I think these internet kind of love stories are like cute to listen to, but I don't know, how does it feel to be into?
Yeah, we make progress. We is the new generation. I don't know, but I think the love is the most powerful force in the universe and can I just destroy beliefs, concept, or preconception. And I think we will never be able to answer why I love him, why I love her, why I'm falling in love. Love reaches in the heart and soul unexpectedly and conquer the mind. She doesn't ask.
Absolutely, because when you are in love, you don't reason love. You
Yes.
are in love because you felt that emotion so strongly within you. And that
Yes.
is why you got, I wouldn't say attract. I would say you felt that tongue within, like when two hearts stuck to each other. And when there is a calling, you feel that within you. And that is the time when the mind starts working. It takes a little rest, and the heart starts beating faster than ever before. And then you are guided by your heart, and sometimes that's a really good thing. And you just never know when connections happen.
Exactly. 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 It's true. I love not ask you if you are ready, if you need her now, or if we have time to love. This just happened. This love. It's so simple, like I say.
Absolutely beautiful.
Nidhi, what
Yes.
was your inspiration for SSK Jaro, your poetry?
Inspiration, like, what I feel is, being a woman, I'm more sensitive towards emotions. And that is what, some, like, now that you're sitting here right in front of me, that smile of yours is so endearing. So I might just find that connection over there. I might just find that, beautiful insight within you. And then, I might just start writing, oh, because that cascading hair of yours, it is so beautiful to look at. And so, this is what inspires you. Maybe poetry is all about inspiration everywhere. I mean, maybe your smile, the way you talk, the way you walk, sometimes you just get, touched so deeply. And that is how, and then you start writing them in words. There was this one thing, that if I were to express the love I feel for you in words, it would cheapen the emotion. Very true. But sometimes you need to write them, sometimes you need to express them in words. And that's where, poetry begins.
I will ask you something. Did you feel the need to go somewhere to be alone and to write poetry?
Of course, sometimes you do need to, go alone, go in solitude, because that time, there are so many thoughts brewing in your mind. So many, there's a turmoil of thoughts and everything. So sometimes just to pour them out in words and express them, you need that, confinement. Because
Yes,
sometimes, yeah, because always you are in the humdrum of life, and everyone, just barging your thoughts. And so sometimes you need that solitary confinement, where you can just express yourself, most freely. So that is important sometimes.
perfectly answered. I say you are not just beautiful, you have a beautiful soul and a beautiful mind. Nidhi, I am curious because you are romantic and you are a poet. Please tell me, did you dream to be on the beach, maybe in sunset, and to see alone, walk, maybe to walk and to hear just the noise of the ocean, of the sea?
Of course, that is just so picturesque. I mean, I've always
Yes,
dreamt.
with you.
Of course, now I'm going to read something. And I mean, I've just got your words, and this is a perfect poetry for you. I mean, when I relate this poetry to you, you will get the answer of what I'm feeling right now. Okay.
Yes,
So, so there's a poetry for each thought. Every thought that you have in your mind, you have a poetry for that.
perfect.
As I was still half asleep and stirring in my thoughts, as I was still half asleep and stirring in my thoughts, a warm enigma of our newfound friendship enveloping us, emoting in our coyness, a thought escapes my mind. Not holding hands yet, our pinky fingers entwined, I see us walking to the end of road, in feelings undefined. We pause to read each other, basking in the sun, reading a book. You play with my hair, dressed in white, something flowy. You sit in front of me, our knees almost touching. You sit there with your head bent, take my fingers in yours. It felt like devotion. I'm unable to hear you. Some technical issues, I guess.
You hear me better?
Yes, now I can. Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes. It can happen. It's happened in online. It's happened. No worry.
Yeah, so that's okay. That's perfectly all right.
Nidhi, you have an animal?
I couldn't get you. Please come again.
You have an animal, a pet?
I don't have a pet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking that you have. I don't know why. I was thinking of this, and I was ask you how you pamper your family. Which role have the love and affection in your life?
There's some technical issue. I'm unable to hear you. If you could just come again, please, Elvina.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible now. Yeah.
Good, good. Which role play the affection in your life? In your family?
In my family, okay. I would like to say my younger daughters. My daughters are like they're like very close to each other, very very close to each other. And then my younger daughter, I believe we are close to soulmates. I would say close to soulmates. Not soulmates, but close to soulmates because we breathe in the same air and we bask in the same sunlight and we think the same thoughts. So this is something very unusual because this kind of a bond I've never had with anyone. And my younger daughter is like, like a part of my soul. I don't mean it by words. She is a huge part of my soul. And like every time I smile, this is an philanthropic extension of her view or of her happiness. So I mean, I feel I resonate with her completely, and we are like just two eyes on the same face.
Super. And she is so beautiful. She is so beautiful also.
Beautiful within, I must say she is beautiful within. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Completely.
Yes. You think that love give to the person who is in your heart, can give wings to fly?
Of course, absolutely. I mean, that goes without saying. Because if you love someone, you want to give your best to that person. You want best for that person from everywhere. Like from, even if you're doing something and all, you want to see that person doing his or her, giving the ultimate effort and everything. And love gives you wings, definitely, because then you feel confident about yourself. It gives you confidence. It gives you the power to just be with the world, and you can just express yourself freely and everything. And it gives you the ability, I rather say ability, to face the world. Because when someone is standing there not only to just protect you, but standing supporting you in all your efforts, all your endeavors, you have nothing to lose, you have no fear in your mind, and you can be just on your own. And of course, wings, I mean, wings, you can do everything. And I am a living example, because the kind of support that I've got from my family, the love, the support, the trust, and I'm there. I can just rule the world. I know that, because it's all in your mind, how you project yourself, how you do it. And when you're positive inside, because love infuses so much positivity into you, and you do not see anything wrong coming your way, and you are going to be the best. So that is what love gives you. Like, love gives you everything.
Yes. Yes. And if you give, like Dalai Lama say, I must remember, give the person you love wings to fly, roots to return, and reason to stay. I love these words. Yeah,
Goes without saying.
exactly. Because if you try to make borders to be to coordinate all that
Of course.
person.
No, if you are going to bound your person, the the person you love, if you're setting boundaries for that person and you're not allowing that person to breathe, giving him or her space, I mean, it's not love. You want some kind of, you being some kind of a dictator, back of your mind. You want to control things. And when you want to control things, that is not love. You want dictatorship, which is not love. I mean, love is like
control is a little step than obsession or something like that.
absolutely, absolutely. So love is like it should blossom within and between the two of you, undefined. It should be undefined. Absolutely.
Exactly. Nidhi, I want to hear another poetry. I love your poetry. Please, those present in chat, in live chat, please share your opinion about the beautiful poetry of Nidhi. You can write, how is your preferred? How is your favorite? What is your favorite poetry? You can write it. We will read after.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ermina. This is like so beautiful. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. I'm reading so many beautiful poetry with so many people around, all those in love, and with those extensions of the smile and everything. This is so just beautiful. You just made my Valentine Day, wonderful. Thank you so much, Ermina. This one's once again for all the viewers who are listening to us. This is for each one of you. As I marvel those solitary musings, being occasionally interrupted by melodious paean, I sing to your glory. I welcome you to the spacious reception of my heart. Be the mute audience to your vibrant joy, splendor of your innate beauty. Feeling the cosmical vibrations embellish us. Your redly resplendent eyes, manifestations of the mind coming true. Your euphoric charm, my beloved, you have descended to spread happiness. I bow to thee.
So beautiful. This is one of my favorite. This poetry I read first.
Thank you so much.
Poetry. Perfect. Perfect. Nidhi, tell me, I don't know, something wow about love. I don't know, something boom.
Something boom about love.
Yeah.
When you are in love, like right now, I am drenched in love, and it shows on your face. You don't have to say it out. The glow on your face, you swell within your heart. You feel love all around, because if you have love in your eyes, you see it everywhere. And that is the beauty of being in love. And each time, like, you forget all your exclamations and question marks when you're in love. And that is the beauty. There are no questions asked. And when you're when you're allowed to be yourself. And that is what love makes it beautiful. And when two people come together and make a whole new world about themselves, and that is what love is all about, I guess.
Perfectly. I will make a surprise. I was not thinking of this, but now I have the idea.
Okay.
I will tell you a poetry.
Oh, wow. Wonderful, wonderful. Absolutely.
What is the day of poetry? The day of love.
Wonderful. Yes, please.
I never read to someone. I never petition. Just rain. I see your window in the rain. A drop touched my weepy cheek. I see her from a distant world. The sound of rain come to my soul. It's so romantic, so bizarre. Your window is bright. I become a drop. I disappear.
You stole my heart away. You stole my heart away. Trust me.
For you. We must meet. We must go on the beach.
My heart is Romania. Totally Romania. Yeah.
We will go on the beach and we will write poetry and we will hear just the sound of the ocean and the sound of our cup of coffee.
Absolutely. Goes without saying. Goes without saying.
Yes. Yes. Nidhi, I wait a poetry. Please,
you are
my soul and our soul with poetry.
Okay. I would like to. Okay. Is it the morning breeze? Since you were talking about windows, so this just caught my thought, my mind. Is it the morning breeze, or I hear you whisper my name as you lazily wander in my thoughts? In childlike, sinless tease, we smile in sync, exactly the way we are doing now, right now. In childlike, sinless tease, we smile in sync, our gaze fixed on each other. We revel in our closeness, reverberating in our silence, resonating with tenderness, replenishing in intimacy. We create our world, an existence adorned with love, embellished by trust, graced with understanding. And that is what love is all about.
Perfect.
Thank
Perfect.
you so much.
Perfect.
Thank you
So much fineness, so much I don't meticulosity, and I don't know, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful romantic elements, realistic elements.
Thank you so much,
The
dear.
metaphor, you use metaphor, beautiful metaphor. I love your poetry. I simply adore your poetry.
Thank you so much. Coming from you means so beautifully to me. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, and in your poetry is your soul.
Yes.
I know this. Your soul, your feelings.
Thank you so much, dear. I hope the viewers enjoyed the show as much as we did. And I hope you could resonate to my poetry and feel that, tingle of love inside.
Yes, yes. Thank you, because you delight us today with your poetry. And people, maybe you are home now and you stay with your team in your pajama. You don't have to build empire in someone's soul. Remember this. Sometimes it's reached the case with which to understand everything. It reached to embrace with which you can heal a soul. The smile with which you can give a universe. The kiss throughout which you can say everything that will not fit in 1,000 words. Love is our only chance to be world people, whether it goes to the health that makes you feel complete to your parents, children, brothers, sister, colleague, or to other really important people in your life. Love is all we want, and in the end, I think all we had, Nidhi. Let's love beautifully. Let's love beautifully. Let's forgive.
Yes. Forgive and forget.
Yes, so beautiful that we can find words to the smiles, the hugs, the looks. True love is only lived, not told. It's your story. You can write it and delete it however you want. Just love. Because it's only one happiness in this life, to be loved and to love. Nidhi, the stage is yours for the end, my dear.
I thank you so much, dear Edmina. And I would like to end up this session with a song that we've grown up, listening to it. And I think every person who is in love would, loves humming that song as well. And if you could just, hum along with me, it goes something like this. If I had to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty. I love you just the way you are. So come with me and share the view. Na 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 na. Hold me now. Touch me now. I don't want to live without you. Nothing will change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love. Thank you so much.
Perfectly. It's all. Yes, it's the universe. Love, it's universe, means universe. Thank you all because you join us. We hope that you feel good with us. You please write your opinion about the beautiful poetry of Nidhi. Nidhi, you are such a beautiful soul, such a beautiful artist. I have no words. I feel perfectly today with you.
Today,
Appreciation is so big.
I feel so much love for each one of you who's joined us and who's been listening to all our musings, our poetry, our love songs, everything. So let's just bask in the glory of love. And I would like to thank IIU for giving me this opportunity to be on this platform and expressing myself in words and poetry and everything. Thank you so very much, Edwina, for hosting me, and all my love to you.
Me too. All my
Thank
life.
you.
Don't forget, be the change with IIU. Be the revolution with IIU.
Absolutely.
Great evening. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to each one of you.